I want to give a special shout out to the regional directors today. Without the regional directors, we would not be where we're at. And I want to give a salute to all the regional directors, Mr. Rose, Chris Keem, Ms. Rose Guerrero, Mr. Marvin Carter, Ms. Natasha Ismail, Ms. Evelyn Phelps. I like to thank I hope I got all the regional directors on the call. Oh, Mr. Julian Lewis. Oh God, can miss him. Oh Lord, have mercy. And I want to thank them for all they bring to the board, what they've done in the past. And I'm so excited about what they're going to bring to us this year. So I want to thank you all for being great leaders, sitting under my tutelage, but also what you also bring. So I want to salute you by saying thank you for who you are, what you've done, and I can't wait to see what your talk's going to be this year. So can we give all the regional directors a hand, first of all the regional directors a hand that's been participating. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank Mr. Dale Ranson. Good morning, sir. Also, Ms. Diane Collins. Where is she at from Australia? That lady has started a revolution in Australia just by being on these calls. And we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I think she was on our last happy hour. That is amazing. So I can't wait to hear where she's at now, because I know she's getting ready to get into it and get going again. Thank you. Mr. Harrison Mill, thank you so much. Thank you for your learning. You're learning a lot, sir. Ms. Kathleen Williams, thank you so much for being so faithful on here. Appreciate you so much. Mr. Lance Kelly, come on, sir. We can do it. Marie, good morning. Miss Pat Robinson, where's she at with a gray on, with a zip, zip, zip? There she is. Yeah, always faithful. You had a good night last night. All right. Miss Ursula Allen, good morning. Mr. Marvin Carter, sir. Miss Natasha Ismail, ma'am. Tim Carrard up there in Minnesota. Thank you so much. Mr. Christopher Anderson, thank you for joining right now, sir. Miss Zoe Duffy, what a great lady from Bakery Organization. Mr. Chris McDowell, thank you so much, sir. Miss Kathleen Furman, thank you so much. Miss Mary Perez, you were amazing last night. I loved your conversation last night. And Pat and Frank Bowman up in Elk Grove, California, thank you so much. You guys are just a super couple. Man, I love going to the house and did a presentation back in the day. I tell you, they're amazing. I'd also like to thank Miss Anna Inez in Texas is joining. Regional Director, Mr. Julian Lewis, once again, sir, not only salute you, but what a wonderful job you did. Your daughter's beautiful at 15 years old. You're an amazing father, a businessman, a leader, and I love you, man. You're a good guy. Thank you. Appreciate all your help you do. And thank you for contributing to everybody's success. You guys are amazing. Thank you, sir. Mr. Sam Foster, what a night did you have last night? He had 6 people on last night. Man, he had a good night. He had a real good night. Miss Belinda Batiste, where is she at? I want you to take your phone off mute in a second and just share it just in a second. Miss Eileen, good morning, out of San Diego. Mr. Bill Howard, good morning. Miss Akinko in Japan, good morning, young lady. Wow, she love you. You're an amazing lady. You and your husband. Mr. Harlan Gaston, thank you so much. Celia in Woodland, California. Mr. Winston Herbert, hey man, that's the first time I ever heard you speak last night. I appreciate you so much. Love your wisdom out there in New York. Miss Evelyn Phelps, thank you so much for all you do for everybody. And we got to get you back on the call again. You're amazing. Miss Castro down in Phoenix, man, you're amazing, amazing, amazing. It's going to be your young lady. Trust me on that. Miss T. Hayes, God bless you. Thank you. Miss Jill Murphy up in Chicago lady. Thank you. Sensational in Florida. Where are you at? Let me see her. I'm going to come back to you in a second too, Miss Sensational. Where are you at? Where are you at? There she got the black rim was on today. Queen V, wow, there she's back on us. Queen V out in New York City, New York. Mr. David Babbitt, good morning, sir. Mr. Edmund Smith, we've been missing you, man. Where you been? I'm gonna have to send out the police to come get you. What's going on? I'd like to thank you all. Hey, I want Mr. Sam Foster to unmute your phone as well. Sensational, I want you to unmute your phone as well. I want these folks to share a little bit what they learned last night, because Miss Linda, let's start off Miss Belinda Batiste. Will you tell what happened last night on the calls I did last night? Miss Belinda Batiste, your phone's still muted, dear. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
You're welcome, dear.
To speak at this time. I'm just really ecstatic. I'm so humble and appreciative for your leadership, number one. And for the young man, Javon, I called him last night while we were on the call just to wish him a happy new year.
Just like we talked about.
Yeah. And I said, how's it going? He said, things are good. So I asked him, I said, well, are you ready? He said, yes. I said, because I got a spot for you. So he said, yes, I'm ready. I said, well, let's go. I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to introduce you to someone. I'm going to have someone give you a call. His name is Mr. Al Thomas, and I edified you, Mr. Thomas. And I've learned that that is so very important to edify the person because it's just a home run is what it is. And I'm just thankful. So him and I will get together today at 4:30 to get him lunch. And my goal is to get him qualified. My goal is to get him to ETL as soon as possible.
Now, tell everybody, did he actually sign up? That's what I want to drive at for a
Oh,
second.
yes.
Say,
While we were on the call last night,
yes.
I sent him my email, my website, and I directed him. So he is coachable. And he went through, he signed up, so I got the alert. So now all I got to do is get him lunch and, go through the necessary things for him to be successful.
Now, thank you, dear. I'm kind of like a little interview here. Did I say, when I called them up and talked to them for 3 or 4 minutes, did I say anything?
Not one thing. You were very personable, humorous, and you were just Al Thomas.
Did I mention the word AC at any time?
No, never.
Nope.
Never.
All I asked him, what do you like about the video? First thing I said to him, hey, handsome.
Yes,
I told him how handsome he was.
you did.
People don't realize, they think they need all this conversation. I don't say anything about ACN a lot. I just talk to people from the heart. Thank you so much, dear.
Thank you.
You're man, and congratulations.
Thank you.
You're the first one to sign up one last night. Let's go over to Miss Sensational in Florida real quickly. Tell about what you happened last night for you, dear. Miss Sensational.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're
First of
welcome.
all, I just want to thank you for being you. Last night, I had a gentleman on the phone that I had edified Mr. Thomas through the magazine. I showed him that Mr. Thomas was an incredible individual and that he had been highlighted in the success. I turned it inside out and showed him the layout of the page. And he was just like, oh my gosh. And so Mr. Thomas called him up. It went to voicemail twice, and then the gentleman called him back. And Mr. Thomas never said anything about ACN. He was very relatable to the gentleman, did a couple jokes and everything like that. And they were relating. And every time the gentleman tried to make it out, Mr. Thomas came back and just knocked it out the park. So he wasn't a green apple or a brown apple. He was a red apple.
Red apple.
And the gentleman was he was excited to be on the phone with Mr. Thomas because of the way I edified him.
Thank you, dear. I keep telling magazines. Miss Natasha Ismail, will you get on the line for a second? Folks, let me just say this before we go any further. I postponed today because after last night having 35 or 40 people on the line, I felt the need in my spirit to have this call with you. And I want to say this humbly. I humbly apologize. I thought you guys knew how to close people. I take 110% responsibility thinking you knew this stuff. I really do. Because it blows my mind how week after week and day after day you guys get on here, you have nobody in your business. I'm sorry, and I'll take 110% responsibility. I'm sorry. I thought you know how to close people. I thought you know how to talk to people. I take responsibility, and that's why you're not growing. And I want you guys to have some serious income this year, but you can't do what you did last year, this year. So I take responsibility. So today we're going to go into what is your stumbling blocks, because you all have them. We all have them. Yeah, we all have them. But we're going to get in that in a minute. So thank you so much, Miss Sensational down in Florida. Also, let's get Mr. Sam Foster and then now she says, Miss Ismail, will you talk about what I sent you about a week ago and you called me up and you asked me? I want to show you the power of these things, even though Miss Tillman, the magazine is 5 years old, Miss Tillman, 10 years old, Miss Tillman, Miss Ismail, will you share about what you called me about a week ago, a week and a half ago or something about?
Yeah, so when I had a couple of signups, I called Mr. Thomas asking him if he had some magazines and if he can actually autograph them, because people freak out when they get autographs from somebody that's in a magazine. So he autographed about 10 magazines, sent me a stack, sent me 4 or 5 GoPros, personalized those for those IBOs and signed the other ones.
Wow. You see, folks, the power of that. What some of you guys be sending text messages. And I love Mr. King. Thank you. Mr. Tim Carrera, thank you for the text message you guys sent me. One of them came to me a couple of weeks ago, says, you should work so hard. Write this down, everybody. You need to work so hard that your signature becomes an autograph. And when I saw that text, I don't know which one of you gentlemen sent it to me, and I looked at it, I said, man. And I went to my old Excel communication 20-some years ago book, and I opened it, I'm there, a magazine, and I opened it, and there I'm in front of my limo for like 2.5 hours autographing the Excel Phenomena book. And I said, my God, that was way back when, and I'm still doing that today. So work hard enough that your signature become an autograph. And the people that got it were so ecstatic about that. So I'm trying to explain the magazines work. I gave her 2 of this one, 3 or 4. So I gave about a dozen or so magazines from different years. But I'm trying to tell you, edification still works. It's not everybody that's in a magazine that's been around. Look, think about it. When I talk to people, I say consecutively for 10 years in a row, coast to coast, not just local, it's coast, but you're not getting people to let them see the dynamic of what it is we do. It's not your mama's Amway, your daddy. This is big time. So thank you so much, Ms. Ismail. One other person had a great night last night at 6 people. Mr. Sam Foster, will you share a little bit real quickly before I get into my message? Mr. Sam Foster?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead. All right. I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to go into my topic today. If you got your journals, open them up, get a fresh page, and this is what we're going to talk about.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. I got my guy, Kendra Williams. He signed up this morning. I don't know if you saw it yet, but he signed up. I'm getting ready to meet with him at the local mall. It was fascinating last night. He was very impressed by you, Mr. Thomas. The transparency that you presented last night was just awesome. It was second to none. I was able to, once I got you on the phone, I was able to use you as my backup for my confirmation of what I had been talking to him the past week. He definitely hates his job at the mall as a security guard. Hearing you as a success story and actually getting you on the phone with him last night backed him up. He actually called me early this morning. I didn't even have to call him. He actually called me and jumped on it on the spot. Have his IBO number with me right now. I'm getting ready to meet with him in the next 30, 40 minutes at the mall to actually get him lunch. Have another guy, the guy that that owns the cleaning business. He's bombarding me about you. I mean, it just he wants to know more about you than he does about me. So that's awesome. He's due to sign up next week. He's moving some stuff around so he can actually sign up next week. We got him getting ready on the 22nd. That's next Friday. So he's going to be getting started with us. Got the other guy that was in ACN back in the day. I'm due to talk with him and his fiance later on this evening. So really, out of my 5 or 6 people, half of my people ready to go. I mean, like red apples. So it was fascinating for me. I had an awesome night. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I want you to, real quickly, the one guy, you said something. Oh, the guy that had the cleaning business. He didn't realize till I said to him, he don't own the business owns him. And that changed his whole way of thinking, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Right, Mary Perez? You remember that, Miss Mary Perez?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What happened was, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you? Okay. What happened was last night after I got on the phone with him, he ended up, he started realizing when Mr. Thomas said what he said, he realized after I backed the conversation up and I was telling him about how things work when you running your own business, you got a brick and mortar going on. Mr. Thomas started talking about how much his cleaning supplies cost, and that's what popped into his mind. He started realizing, like Mr. Thomas said, the cost of 1 or 2 of his cleaning supplies alone is over $200. So when he started realizing, well, man, I can own my own business globally, worldwide, and it's less than that, and with no overhead, It floored him. It absolutely floored him.
Thank you, Mr. Foster. Appreciate it. Mr. Ismail, one more, and then we're going to get into today's message. Mr. Ismail, one more. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. All right, great. All right. Let's go into, so listen, I'm going to say this to you guys. This was such an amazing group. This is my 4th time doing it. I did 3 times last December. And you think December is slow? That's only here. But anyway, I'm going to do it one more time next Wednesday. Here's the criteria. Send out a video to people. Call them up, follow up with them. Hey, what'd you like? Hey, look, Mr. Thomas is going to call you Wednesday night, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Coast time. I love what Miss Walker said. She said, Miss Walker sent out one, says, God couldn't make it. She told him, don't you embarrass me in front of Mr. Thomas. See, that shows credibility. And I had call after call after call, and everybody was a red apple. We had 1 green apple, and we had 0 rotten apples. We made a call to one of Mr. Sam Foster's guy. We had the wrong number. He hung up. He wasn't a red. He didn't. I mean, it was the wrong number. So we had no rotten apples. Like last month, we had none. Everybody was red apple. We got more red apples. We got 1 or 2 green apples. Everybody's ready to go. Now, if I'm teaching this and you missed last night, how do you feel about this? And you wonder why your business is stuck. So we're going to talk about that today. I'm going to be nicer this year. Yes, I am. So the topic for today, write this down. What is your stumbling block? What is your stumbling block? We all have them. We all have them. What is your stumbling block? What is your stumbling block? Write it down. Come on now. This is going to be a year like no other. What is your stumbling block? What is stopping you from getting to the next level in your business? And it's not, some of you know, and a lot of you think you may know, but we're going to talk about this. What is your stumbling block? Write that down. What is your stumbling block? Now, I'm not here to make anybody feel bad. That's not what my goal is. My goal is to enlighten you and educate you. Okay, here we go. Now, if you're brand new, let's look at a couple things, and we're going to talk about this. Next slide, please. We're going to talk about this. Next slide, please, Mr. Clemens, when you get a chance, so I know. Now, if you're new in an ETL, click it again, you should be getting 1 to 2 checks a month. Yeah. If I'm brand new, my whole goal is make me $600 to $1,000 my first 30 days. I tell people the first week on my call last night, I said the goal is $224 to make the goal. I would tell them what the goal is. Just don't get the goal. Everybody loves the goal. What? Okay, I put 220. The goal is $600 to $1,000 in the first week to 10 days. See, you got to give people something to shoot for. Mr. Cummings just got on here. Same thing with Mr. Jason Cummings, one of Miss Ismail's new IBOs. I called him yesterday. Hey man, we got to check. We got 13 more services, 19 more, and 3 days to get it done because I want that big check of $1,000, $1,200 coming to you. So everybody understand there's a goal in 2021, and the goal is every new person, or if I'm an ETL, I should be getting at least 1 check a month to 2 checks. Maybe a check for residuals month after month, and another check for sponsoring somebody in the business and getting them qualified. So guide yourself with this goal for this year. So every week, every month, 1 or 2 checks if you are brand new or an ETL, or just customer qualified. Get 1 to 2 checks per month. That's a low goal. I'm giving you the minimum goals. I know what, okay? Now, next goal, if I'm an ETL, or RD, I should be getting, because I'm building a business, I'm building 3 to 4 checks a month if I'm a regional director. I should be getting 3 to 4 checks. That's almost maybe 1 a week if I'm a regional director keyword in production. Well, if I'm a regional director, I already got 1 check coming every month. That's my residual check. And hopefully it's growing 20, 30, 40%. You know, if I'm a regional director, I've got people in my organization. I should have more than 1 or 2 people. I should be helping get qualified. I should get 3 to 4 checks a month as a regional. Here's a thermometer to measure yourself by in 2021. Now, if I'm an RVP and up, I should be getting 5 checks a week, a month. Okay, my group is big enough. I should be getting, my group is growing. I should be getting a check every Monday, because how many checks the AAC paying for bonuses? 4 every Monday. Last time I checked, how many Mondays in a month? 4. Monday. That's 4 checks. That's 4 checks just on helping new people get qualified. New people, what did Sam False say? I have a meeting with him tomorrow, I'm getting qualified. What did Miss Felicia? I'll meet him later, get him qualified. Would that be a check for her? And keep working with him, he'll get a check. So as a regional vice president up, you should be getting 5 checks, 1 a week, every Monday. I've not missed one, every Monday. And on the 15th of the month, which is tomorrow, 2-check week. Tomorrow, residual. So a brand new retail's been in over 90 days, they got a residual coming. RD been in overnight, they got a residual check coming. RV and high, we got a residual check coming. So tomorrow is a check for everybody, those that are working the business, building customers. Now, let's go back. If I'm building my business, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a 2-check week. We got a check for Monday, because every Monday. Let me break it down. I'm gonna break it down elephant style. Break it down one bite at a time. First Monday in January is the 4th. The 4th. Everybody should have got a check on this call. The next Monday, the 11th, another check. That's the second Monday of the month. Next week is the 18th, another check. The 25th, that's the 4th. Look at the calendar. I've got my calendar. That's the 4 Mondays in January. Now, you should be getting checks. And on the 15th, tomorrow's the 15th, everybody should get a residual check. It's already posted in your back office. So wait a minute, Mr. Thomas. The 15th, everybody should get it. That's right. You got it. But what about the 4 Mondays? See, that's really important. It's important for your new people when they get in to get them qualified. Write this down. You've heard me say this 10 trillion times. I'm never going to stop saying it. On the spot, on the first, say it with me, 24 hours. What a Miss Belinda Petit. That's why I had these people have a conversation with you. They were with me last night. They were seeing it live. This is not live. This wasn't premeditated, live. She said, I'm getting with them today to get them qualified, Mr. Thomas. Bingo, Mr. Handsome. Mr. Sam Fossey, I got them in the system. She got the text today. I'm getting qualified later. Are they doing the business? Absolutely. Every step, they're doing it right. So let's go back. If I'm a brand new person, Mr. Jason Cummings on the line, he's got his first check coming. All right, I'm going for that second check this month because last month he got in, there was all that money on the table. So he's got 3 days, actually 2 days left to go get that money. I called him yesterday. Hey, I had a sponsor on, Miss Ismail. Hey, see, that's what I'm talking about. Are you making sure not only if you help them get a check, automatically what happened to you? You will get a check. Miss Belinda Batiste, I'm so proud of her. Miss Sensation. Hey, I got him here again. That's what Wednesday last night was all about. I was so impressed. I was so loving on people so much that I told the speaker today, hey, I got to put you up. I got to come on here because I got up. I told Mr. Breek, I was up at 2 o'clock this morning. I told Miss Ismail, I was up at 2 o'clock. God had me up at 2 o'clock. Like, you got a message you got to give out. You got to give this message. What is your stumbling block? Because I'm sick of you guys not doing and getting where you should be getting in your ACM business. And here again, I take 100,000% responsibility. It's my fault. It's not your fault. It's my fault. But after the day, wink, wink, it ain't my fault no more because I am giving you, like I said, we're going to go deep in a lot of stuff this year. We're going to break stuff down. We're not going to be in any hurry because we're going to make a whole lot of things change in our life, but it's going to take you to change it. Remember we went to GoPro. It says, hey, I'm here to help you, but I'm not going to do it for you. Remember we wanted this? I'm here to what? Help you, but not do it for you. Okay, all right, I'm here to help you, but I'm not doing the work for you. You get them on Wednesday, and I'll do the rest of it for you, all right? There you go. All right, we all fall in these categories, so take a snapshot of that. Start gauging yourself and your business by this, not by your position, but by this. If you don't fall into one of these categories, you have if you don't fall into these categories, you have a stumbling block. So understand, this is how you should gauge yourself this year, not by the promotion of the pin, but how many checks are you getting on a weekly, monthly basis. I don't, and here again, I'm not here to get anybody, if you've been in such, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I know some people have been in a certain position, still ain't getting checks. And the problem is they're not in phase one. You know, I talked about that on Saturday. Y'all need to go back to Saturday's leadership. The first one I did last week, the walk around, do a walk around. Yesterday, Costco, twice walked around. I went to Sam's Club, walked around. Lowe's yesterday, walked around. Big Lot yesterday, walked around. I'm not going to tell you my results. I'm giving you guys the golden nuggets. And don't let it go here and out here. Write it down and then go implement it. You heard what they said. Miss Thomas, we did what you said. Oh my God, we did what you said, and it works. Why would I tell you anything different? Some of you won't change, and all you're gonna be in your pocket will be changed. Now, I'm gonna go into some of the stumbling blocks. There's about 12 of them I want to go into. And which one is, but I want to show you what the stumbling blocks are. All right, everyone has stumbling blocks. Stumbling blocks ahead. And we all have them. We all have. Look, I have them too. Don't think I'm just telling you. No, look. A leader is going to be the first to admit their fault. I apologize to you about. I thought you guys knew this, but I'm humbled myself. Say I'm sorry. I thought you knew it. Maybe I didn't teach it to you, or maybe you need it. At this point, I'm giving it to you. Okay, so I apologize. I apologize. We all. Al Thomas has them too. Let me say it again. Al Thomas have them too. I have them too. Okay. Now I'm going to show you about a dozen or so stumbling blocks that are stopping you from getting what I just showed you. And some of you need to get 5 checks a month, but your stumbling blocks is holding you back. Now let's break down these stumbling blocks. Next page, please. Can we give Mr. Bree Clemens a hand? This guy is so amazing. Pride. Why, man? I've been doing it my way I'm gonna do it like I want to do it. I don't know about that. You know, my friends, I know I got my peeps. I know. Hug you. That's why you stuck at home with no ACN income. Your job don't let you go because your pride has made you so mad that the boss can't stand you, and they said bye. You got a stumbling block. Next stumbling block is ego. EGO, edging God out. Oh my God. Stop out. Okay. I'm going to be nicer this year. I'm going to let Mr. Nelson beat you up. I'm not beating nobody up this year. I'm going to be nice this year. Your ego. Do you know my position at my company? Yeah, that's your position at your company. It ain't yours. Do you know what my title is? I know. Dumb and dumber and dummy. Ego. I want to do it my way. Frank Sinatra's the only one I know made $1 million off the song My Way. Your way ain't working. Look, if it was, we'd all been doing it, but we got a way that works. We have a system that works. Work the system. Put your ego in check. Humble yourself. Humble. The opposite of ego is being humble. Humble yourself. You can't, look, if it was working, you'd be somewhere by now. It ain't working your way. Have you noticed? So humble and learn. Look, I'm apologizing to every one of you. I'm sorry. That's not ego, that's humbling. Last night, I'm sorry. I thought you guys knew. I'm humbling it. Let's take a step down. Next one, number 3, your wife or husband. Oh, I see some of y'all really laughing on that one. Your wife or your husband. Your wife, where you going? Who's this number? Who's this girl? Who's this guy? What's going on here? Why, blah, 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 blah. Your wife, and you're sitting right under him or her every night. You can't go nowhere. Look, a dog on a short leash can't bite. Okay, can I be real with you? You can't go if she's not on board with you. If your spouse, girlfriend / whatever, if they ain't on board with you, they're gonna pull you down. I had who was this yesterday? It was yesterday. I'm not gonna say the person's name, but somebody on here know what I'm talking about. We were talking about this one new IBO got in, and I talked to the guy's a girlfriend, and she said, I'm gonna take it slow. I said, that's the difference. Slow. Why would you take it slow? You want to get paid slow? I said, you know what? Let me tell you something. An ego can't hang out with a chicken. He's an eagle. She's a chicken. Something got to give because she's not developed enough to go high. We're going to take him. She's going to get left behind or they're going to split, whatever. Spouse. Let me tell you a story. Got a guy in the business several years, way back. And his residual checks aren't coming. He got a few people in the business. He got some customers. And he had a residual check of $50. Now go with me on this. $50. And, you know, he's brand new. 90 days later, you know, $50. Like, man, this is pretty good. His girlfriend, because she wasn't an eagle, man, you know, take a little bit of time from her. Not like we could stay at home and still be with mama, right? Or papa, whoever, right? Because now you don't have to go out anywhere because of Zoom. He stayed, man, there you go. Leave it. Thank you, Mr. Chris Anderson. You know, what's this ACN thing? I got a check came in the mail for $50. So he explained it to her. Man, it's gonna be me or ACN. Oh my God. A month later, he ran home to beat her home to get that residual check out the mailbox. This went on for 3 months. And the 4th month, he forgot her, was late. She got home, got the check. He came in. She tore him a new you know what out. And she said, I thought you quit that ACN stuff. ACN, AC. She said, all right, it's going to be me or ACN. So I'm out. All right. Now watch this. He quit. You heard me? Now get your calculator. You don't need a calculator for this. $50 a month times 12 months is $600. Would you believe this rascal would not even pay $149 a year? That's right. I know. I free money. I mean, hey, it's just, she said, I thought you quit. That's baby, honey, I'm sorry. It's residual. She didn't understand the word residual. It keeps coming no matter what, like a bill, but it's a check. Oh, Lord have mercy. They broke up. Moral of the story, he quit. Lost, got they ain't together, and he gets no residuals. Some of y'all tonight is sitting on your husband and wife. You can't go. Look, you don't need to go nowhere no more. Everything is on Zoom. So I don't know why the spouse or she could watch you. He could watch. If y'all, you know, insecure about each other, y'all can watch each other. You're still in the same house. You heard me say this 2 months ago. I was in 3 countries, 5 cities, United States, and I was home for dinner and never left. So I don't know, get why the spouse ain't on board with it, because you could be right at home. And that's why it's important when you talk to new people. Miss Rosegirl, where's he now? I don't know. But as you talk to new people, think about this. The goal is, I always tell new people, everybody on the conference call last night, all 40 of y'all, God bless you. You heard me say the goal is it's only $224. Write this down. The payback in a week to 10 days, the goal is to make it $600 to $1,000. I've said it to everybody on the call. You got to give people something to look at, because otherwise they don't know it's an investment. You got it? Okay, great. Now, the next one is your job. Number 4, thank you, Mr. Bree Clemens, is your job. More people put their job in front of an opportunity. I'm not trying to tell you to quit your job. I'm not trying. No. When I started look, I had a real estate company, a mortgage company, piece of insurance company. I did very well, but I did not, I wasn't stupid. Let me just say that. So when I talk to people, I always tell them my story. I'm not calling them stupid. I tell them I'm not stupid. Wait. So guess what you could do? Tell them the story. Tell me your story. Hey, I'm not stupid. I figure an hour a day, where would I be in 3 or 4 years? The problem is most people are not visionaries. They're not visionaries. When I saw ACN, here's my story. You'll hear I wasn't stupid. I figured 1 hour a day, and I had 3 companies. I didn't have no time, but I wasn't stupid. I figured, what if I put an hour a day? Where would I be in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? And when I tell people that, especially business owners, they're going, makes a lot of sense. And when I watch the rest of the story is, watch this. When I would call and talk to somebody, let's say I call Miss Pat and Frank Bowman up in Elk Grove, I would talk to them for 10 minutes. I wrote that down, 10 minutes. I called Mr. Dale Rance and talked to him 5 minutes, 5 minutes. I told Mr. Harrison Mills for 3 minutes, 3 minutes. I would talk to Miss Kathleen Williams for 4 minutes, 4 minutes. Miss Ursula Adams for 6 minutes. Okay. Miss Sully up in Woodland, 3 or 4 minutes. Miss Evelyn Fish for 4 minutes. Miss Castro for 6 minutes. So I'd write down in my journal how much I put an hour a day. Listen to me. Faithfully, an hour a day. After my hour, click. Mr. Christopher Anderson, I was done for the day. I can't tell you what I made my first year. The next year, triple. Okay, that's all I can tell you. But what if I was not faithful at 1 hour a day? Everybody got an hour a day. Turn off the TV set. All it gives is red eyeballs and a hollowed head anyway. Who give a rat flying, flipping with the Kardashian, whoever, whatever's on TV? I don't even watch that crap because it's not making me money and it's not getting me where I want to go for my family. All right, let me say that. So your job, I get it. But write this down. If you're part-time, an hour to 2 hours a day is nothing, especially today. How many calls can you make in an hour? Mondays, you know, Monday nights, we have what? Power hour, thanks to Miss Bree Clemens and Miss Tash. My leaders, hey, let's do an hour. Some of you can't even get on there. What are you scared of? That's why you're not growing your business. An hour, I don't got nobody to talk to. You may come on and learn how to talk to somebody. Well, ask questions. You're blocking. There's another block. There's another. You're blocking your own success. Power hour on Monday. All of y'all should be on there. Yeah. Okay. Let me move on. After your job, next. You think you know it. You think you know it all. You think you really don't know nothing. I know this. I was an ACM before. The guy last night, I said, man, a lot has changed since you saw it 2 and 3 years ago. Oh, he was back in the time we had the video phones. I said, dude, we've changed so much. Now you can make money just by getting customers. I have people say, well, I had a time, I can recruit. Oh, no problem. You don't need to. You go out and get a whole bunch of customers and get paid. 3 services is how much in the first 30 days? Almost remember, the first 30 days, how much? $75. 5 services in the first what? 30. Come on, you got to say it with me. Within their first 30 days is $200. Right? And the rest, there you go. And it says get 3 additional services. How much? You're up to 8. How much money? $400. You get total of what? 11 services in their first, remember, in there, you got to be clear on this. In there, what? First, got to be real crystal clear on their first 30 days. They made $600. And I told people, where could you put up $224 and get back $600 legally in your first 30 days? You see, but you got to give somebody something to shoot for. Does that make sense? He said, man, a lot's changed. I said, yeah, you go make money getting customers now. You don't have to even build it down. I said, there's one guy, watch this, one guy we know, RVP on his own, when I got 3,000 points. So don't tell me it's not possible. It's been done. But see, you're not connecting with people. You're stumbling. We got to remove these stumbling blocks. So you think you know, I said, sir, a lot's changed since then. You got to see this now. Man, we're new and improved. You know, a lot of times you go buy something. I spilled coffee on my coffee. Look at on this, new. How many of y'all remember they used to put new and improved? It was the same stuff in the bottle. They just tricked you to buy it. Come on now. It says new on there. Back 10 years ago, it said new and improved. Same stuff. Next one, sir. I'm sorry. Number 6, your family and friends. Man, I had a friend that did ACN. And he didn't make no money. What'd he do? Nothing. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. There it is. You know, my wife, we had a guy last night talking about his wife. He ain't married yet. My fiance, I said, oh my, we both have history in network marketing. You remember that last night, Dee Dee? You were with us, Miss Sanders. Weren't you with us, Miss Robinson heard it, Miss Dee Dee Sanders heard it, Miss Belinda Batiste heard it. Some of y'all heard it last night. Well, you know, me and my fiance, we both have dabbled. I love the word dabble. Let's people's words. Mr. Lewis, he said dabble. He said he dabbled in network marketing. And what did I say to him? I guarantee you never met a man like me. Right? Did I say that, Miss Walker? Remember that last night? I shut him down so fast. I said, go talk to her, call Mr. Sam Foster and get with him. And we're going to do a 3-way together or a 4-way together. You see what I mean? I just make it to a point you don't know what you're talking about because your family is trying to save you from making mistakes. Let's have some fun. How many, raise a hand out there, hit me with the hand up. How many of your family members or friends try to save you from yourself? Come on, how many? Man, they're trying to talk you out of it, trying to save you from making a mistake. You know, your uncle tried that and it worked. Oh, I'm trying to help and trying to save you. But they're broker than you are. I mean, they're broke, ain't they? Trying to save. Come on, they're trying to save you, Mr. Freddie Sherman. They're trying to save you, Mr. David. They're trying to save you, Miss Evelyn, from making a mistake, Miss Muskowski. Oh my God, Miss Martinez and Iowa, they're trying to save you, trying to save you. Oh my God, those things don't work. How do you know? I don't know personally, but I heard. There it is. You heard through the grapevine. Thank you, Miss Wiggins. They heard it didn't work. Well, I'm here to tell you this one does, because I've seen people done well in this one. You see the difference? 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 Mr. Lewis, yeah, I know. Man, Mr. Lewis, he can handle this conversation every day, any day. You can wake him up 4 in the morning, he got an answer for you. All right, next one. Time management. Time management, number 7, time management. Oh man, how many of y'all heard this? I just ain't got the time. They ain't making their paycheck. I ain't got to look. Let me write this down. Let me give an answer to that one. That's exactly why you need to do ACN. So you what? Will have the what? Time. I don't have the money. That's exactly, write this down. I'm telling you, I'm giving you rebuttals. That's exactly why you need to do ACN, so have some money. Whatever the reason is they can't, that's why they can't. Time management. Here, let me show you something. Every superstar I know has an appointment book, or you guys may have it on your phone. You know where your time is going. They don't know because their time is like, I don't know. I don't know what. You can ask me, Al Thomas, look over here. Look. You can ask me, where were you 10 years ago this day? But all my appointment books, and my journals over here, all my appointment books. I can pull out my appointment book 10 years ago and see where I was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because I managed my time. Now, I'm not here to put anybody on the spot, but do you know what your time looked like the last 2 years, 3 years? We'll start accumulating it and writing it down. You heard my time management, my DMO. You heard it the other day. What was Saturday's? Go back and download it. If I were you, go back to the website and download it. I mean, to the channel and download it. The DNA of an SVP's DMO. I told you what I did every single day at 4 in the morning. You don't have to get, well, if you don't, we'll get up just 2 hours early, but start doing it. Don't be listening. Do something. Time management. Next one, sir. Number 8, not open to learn. Not open to learn. The only way your mind works is like a parachute. You got to open it up. Open. Certain people get certain ages, they just, especially older people, just close down. They can't learn nothing. They don't want to learn nothing. Man, I'm set my ways. I've always been this way. I always done it this way. I get it. Bye. Number 9, excuses. I got a guy in New York, supposed to sign up. His father-in-law had a problem. I prayed for his father-in-law. He's in the hospital. This is over 2 months ago. I called this guy 3 times, text him. Excuses. Next. I only call people 3. I'm gone after 3. Number 10. That's right, sir. Go ahead. Not open, not willing to learn. Not willing to learn. Next one. This is a big one. That speaks for itself. I won't comment on that one. And these are the things that I see that people stop them. And the last one, but not least, is fear. Fear. FEAR, false education appearing real. It's only in your mind. And that's what they're doing in society now. Got you so loaded with fear, not you guys, but the people out there fearful. They can't look in your eyes. You walk down the street now because they got a mask on. They can't say hello to you. They're fearful. They don't know, they're fearful. And that's what they want to do, is make you walk around life in fear. I'm not fearful because I know what's coming. But if you know and prepare yourself, why are you fearing? Blacks against whites, Asians against Spanish, everybody, what's that all about? They own you now. They got you. It's called mind control. They got your mind and they're controlling it. This stupid stuff that happened in the White House. It's more of a deep. Let me shut up. I'm gonna be nice, Al. Don't just, but people can't see it. But I'm telling you what's coming. Fear, fear. Let me ask you guys a question. What would you do if you could not fail? And if I would add in a 12, if I threw in a special bonus, number 13, which we don't have on here, it'd be laziness, 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 laziness. I'll get around to it. Lazy. Let me give you an illustration what I'm talking about. If I were to put a pan on the oven and turn the burner up and put a frog in there, and it's nice and warm, like most people, the frog is like, oh my goodness, this is, oh, this is warm. Oh, like a hot, warm shower. Warm shower. Oh man, oh God. Now I'm getting lazy, but watch this. Oh, and you turn the burner up, turn the burner up, turn the burner. That frog will stay in that hot, that warm water. Now it's starting to hot, now it's starting to boil. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, the frog will flip over and he's cooked because he got too comfortable. By being lazy, by being lazy, by being lazy, by being, look, I take 2 walks a day. Yeah, I take 2 walks. About 1:32, I'm out walking again. You call me, I'm walking. I take 2 walks a day. I take 2 walks a day. I saw this picture, it was in Spanish, it cracked me up during this situation the last few months. And people home eating, husband and wife were eating, just eating all this food. And all of a sudden they said, you can go out now. They both ran to the door heavy. I mean, they were heavy. They both ran to the door, grabbed the knob and said, wait, we can't go out the door. Because they sat around and got lazy. You could exercise at home. You could exercise at home. You could exercise at home. I never want to be like that, Lady V. I want to, hey, I exercise twice a day. So let's highlight this one more time. Pride, ego, spouse, job, know-it-all, friends and family slowing you down, time management, take a snapshot. Not open to learn, excuses, not willing to learn, ignorance, fear, and laziness. These are the 12 plus bonuses of stumbling blocks that are stopping a lot of people, hopefully not you, but we all have them. But you got to put them to the side. Fear. 2 Timothy 1:7 says he does not give us a spirit of fear, but of a power and of a strong mind. No fear. Power. Oh, it said power, love, and a strong mind. That's right. It's 3 things. Power, love, and a strong mind. Not fear. Anyway, let me get off that. I'm not here to preach to anybody, but I know the scripture's pretty, okay. Well, listen, let's do this. We got a few more minutes. Let's open the lines up. And maybe you could tell me what you need help with and working on into getting what you need in this business. What's your stumbling block? Can we be transparent today? Can we be transparent? You know, I'll tell you what, I'll start off. Can I be first? Let me tell you my stumbling block. My stumbling block is getting so passive and a little bit of comfortable. There's another, comfortable. Let me tell you what I did a few years back. I got so comfortable living in the big house, and I bought a new place and another rental, and I decided to move in my rental. Oh yeah, I moved in my rental. My family and kids stayed at the other house. I moved in the rental because it made me uncomfortable. And all I put in that rental was a cot, bed, okay, just a single. It was uncomfortable. I also bought a dozen chairs and like 7 or 8 tables. And that's back in the day we had the video phones. And I had the video phones placed around there because everybody can come over any day or night and make phone calls to get people qualified. And I had a refrigerator. That's all I had in that place. I had 3 chairs. A dozen chairs. People sit down and talk. A dozen chairs. I had 3 fold-up tables. Nothing nice. Fold-up tables. Nothing on the walls. Refrigerator for a little bit of food when I got hungry, and a pan and little pans to cook a little bit on. But I would camp out there. I would camp out there. I camped out there because I needed to get uncomfortable. I was too comfortable. anytime I go across the street, my guard gated community, my big house with all the fixings. See, that's what's a lot, that right there is a lot of you. You're just too doggone comfortable. You're just too comfortable. So I made myself uncomfortable. Everybody said, I said, everybody, I told my downline here, anytime you want to come over, day or night, you can come over and hang out. You can bring a blanket, lay on the floor, whatever you want to do, just come over. We're going to make phone calls because I'm not going nowhere. I camped out there for months. Yes, I did. But see, some of y'all want to do something like that. And I took it to extreme because that was my problem. I was too doggone. And guess what happened? My everything went this way. My IBOs, my qualifications, my income, everything went because I got uncomfortable. So I could get comfortable again, maybe. So I'll be the first to tell you, that was my problem. I told you this is going to be a different year than ever. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. So who wants to share what they need to work on? Let's be transparent and then go work on it. I'm your psychologist. I'm your doctor. Come on, what do you need to work on? Be honest. I told you, I'll go first. I'll live first. And I'm going to tell you another key. I'm about ready to get uncomfortable again. Because I can. Yes, Queen V, what do you want to talk about, young lady? Glad to have you back. Let's everybody keep the comments to at least a minute.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, as you were speaking, I was writing down like what was coming up, and it was like just the failure stories from the past of like, oh, I didn't get this IBO qualified. Oh, this person lied. So like whenever I think of ACN, all of those failure stories come up, and I'm like, I don't want to make another failure story.
Okay. And after the call today, what have you decided?
That this is a new year, and I'm more seasoned now, and there is going to be stumbling blocks in growth. And it doesn't mean I'm a failure and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just in the process of learning.
Dear, you're just in the process of learning what you got to do. Let me bring this a little bit more closer to all of you. Let me make it personal to me, okay? Let me tell you something about me. I was a regional vice president. I was backstage and I was in Baltimore, Maryland at one of our international conventions. And I was backstage shooting the breeze with, Greg Parmesan and Robert Skebanowski, and me and Robert Mr. Skebanowski left the room, and it's just me and Greg Parmesan on the backstage talking. And he looked at me and he put his arm on my shoulder and he said, Al Thomas, let me ask you a question. I go, yes, sir. He says, when are you going to draw the line in the sand and step over it and to become a senior vice president? Now I mean, I never forget that. Like I said, this is going to be a year of more transparency. He put his hand on my shoulder and said, when are you going to draw the line in the sand, step over it from me being a regional vice president to become a senior vice president? I'll never forget that. And I made a decision. Mr. Anderson, I made a decision to go to work because he saw what I need to go do. I know what I needed to go do. I just didn't go do it. I just hadn't got it done. And I think it took me 3.5 years to become a regional vice president. And about 3 years, 3 or 3.5 years to become a senior vice president. I made a decision that day. Not that I wasn't working on it, but when he called me out like that, I made a decision. It was, just him and I made a decision. And I went to work in 2008, September, October, November, December, January. No, wait, August, September, October, November, January. I hit it. Senior vice president, and made that and worked through the holidays like I told y'all I did. And then I walked the stage in 2009 in San Diego as a senior vice president. But I went to work so hard for 6 months. See, the problem is we're not willing to go all out. See, most people will go limited. Oh, I'll give you about 20 minutes. I'll give you now. It's like on Monday Night Calls. I can't believe how many people don't get on there. And I wonder why they stuck. They were not. I went all out. I poured out all stop. I took a day before Christmas, day after Christmas, New Year. I went all out.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes, sir.
this is Julian in San Diego.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted, first of all, I wanted to thank you for going through the checks with people, because oftentimes they don't realize how many checks you should be making and how that works out. So it was great to see that. I know Mr. Jabri Clemens put that together visually so people could kind of see where they are. So I wanted to thank you for doing that. The other thing I wanted to say is this goes out to Queen V in New York, and anyone else who's felt this way, because I know I have in the past. Oftentimes we look at we take on other people's failures as our own. And you don't want to make that mistake, Queen V, because I mean, if you look at it like you were a personal trainer and someone came to you on January 1st and said, hey, I'm 300 pounds, I want to lose the weight. And you gave them the steps to do it, and you were there with them as their coach, but they opted to not take those steps, it wouldn't be your fault. You know, Mr. Tony Kupis on the ETL leadership just recently said, hey, some people just aren't going to do what they're supposed to do, but they're adults. And it's not them. You just want to identify the people that are willing to do it, like you, which is what Al Thomas did. He immersed himself in the process. He exposed a lot of people, and he found those that were willing to work. And it wasn't because he was forcing them or manipulating them to work. It was because he decided to do the work first, which he attracted people that wanted to do the same work. But if you're doing a little bit here, a little bit there, you're not going to wind up doing enough to attract those kind of people, because energy recognizes energy, or in other words, game recognizes game. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely breaks down that I don't go through the numbers. If the first few don't work out, I do, like in leadership, it's like, oh, what did you do wrong? Always look at what you did wrong. And I'm not making it like a two-way thing. I'm taking on, I did something wrong. And then that just kind of pulls me out.
Right. So maybe the only thing is going through more numbers instead of taking on their choice to not work. That wasn't a failure for you. It was just not going through enough numbers. That's all. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want you to take on they're not getting qualified or they're not getting promoted as a failure. That's not your failure. That's their choice. But not going through enough numbers is the only thing that you can control. And so maybe that's where the failure is. In 2021 is about going through massive amounts of numbers to find the people just like you that want to win.
Yeah, and I see the connection to Al Thomas, because whoever sponsored him, they attracted Al Thomas. Yeah, and I'm sure they went through a lot of people. Got it.
You know, I want to thank you, Mr. Bree Clemens, for answering that. You know, I want everybody to look at it this way. Don't look at what you did wrong. Start looking at what you did right. Now, I'm going to give you guys a story on my sponsor, because I'm telling you, we're going to talk about a lot this year that I just felt, and I apologize. I seriously do. My sponsor, this guy named Jeff Fisher. You never see my sponsor. Let me tell you about my sponsor. Y'all ready? When I first got in there with Mark, and I was living in Sacramento, I went to a Bel Air area. I know Pat and Frank Bowman knows that, and people in Sacramento, and I went in there, he had a button on. He had a button on that says, ask me about free airline tickets. This is amazing. I have an ACM button around my desk here. And it said, ask me about airline tickets. Now let me describe my sponsor. He's a little short guy. He had a big jacket on. His sleeves are way down here. It's dirty. He was a mechanic. He was a mechanic, Dee Sanders. We had nothing in common, but he had that button on. See, the problem is, watch this. Some of y'all would never wear a button because your pride and ego's in the wrong place. Because of that button, I'm standing in line buying groceries. I said, tell me about the airline tickets. Because, I'm going to bite. And he told me about a meeting they had across town the next night. I went. That was I'll be honest, it was December 5th. 1990. I went to the meeting, I signed up on the spot. Now, dumb me, let me tell you how stupid I was. Let me tell you how bad my pride was. I said, I can't sign up on the 15th. I'm gonna make it December 1st. I messed myself up out of 15 days. I'm signing up on the 1st. I'm signing up on the 1st. I ain't even on the 15th. I dated that December 1st of night. So I messed myself up about the 15 days. My sponsor went on to make so much. Let me tell you, he worked at a place in Rockland, California called Big O Tire Company. His boss signed him up, who owned the Big O Tire. Jeff made so much income. 3 years later, he retired. His whole goal in life, y'all never heard this before, I know I never told this before, was to buy a brand new Thunderbird and go golfing at least 3 days a week. What do you think happened to him in 3 years? Guess what he ended up doing? That's right. He went golfing every day, 3 days. He went to 7. He did it for about a year and a half. He bought a brand new Thunderbird in a house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That's all his goals was. That's all, as far as he could see. He got so bored after 3 years. Let me tell you what he did. This honest God truth. This is a true story. He would hang in the big old parking lot, a Big O Tire, hang in the parking lot to talk to the other employees. He didn't know what to do with himself because he made more money, way seeing his bills. He hung out there, and the owner, Doug Palomari, oh my God, his name. He would shoot, man, get out of here, leave my employees alone. Get out of here, man, go do something. He got bored. He got bored. This is a true story. There is a place, the people that trained me, Bill and Joe Hung, up in Rockland. I went to a Saturday training at their house. They were so blown away by me being at their house. I didn't know, the business. They put Al Thomas was trained here and sat here on this couch, and they had an arrow going down. I kid you not. I kid you not. For at least 10, 12 years, that was their claim to fame. We trained Al Thomas. He came to our house with the first training. That was their claim to fame. Now, did they make a lot of big money? They did okay. Bill and Joe Ham was just training. But Jeff went on and he moved to Vegas. I mean, not Vegas, he moved to Nevada, and he ended up out here in the resort area where he takes care of the golf course. I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of things happening in network marketing that would blow your mind if I could really tell you. You have no idea what you have in your hands. You really don't. You are all living way beneath where you should be. And let me tell you how to get there, Ms. Walker, that's right. You get there by going through more numbers. This call should have 500 or 600 people on here, and they should all be in your team. But you're not working hard enough. And that's why I in my spirit yesterday, what is your stumbling block? There's no need for any of y'all to be working in a year or two. None of you. And I took it upon myself this year. I've been praying like at 2 o'clock in the morning. What can I do? What should I say? What do I got to give them? Because none of you should be able to be in the position you're in, Ms. Hayes. You should all be free, Ms. Marie. Bill Howard, you should be living that life you want to have. Mr. Pound, you should be taking your wife, running around the house. Y'all should be having the things that you want to have. I'm just trying to explain this to you. So being transparent than ever this year. I am nobody special. I'm a guy that got in, would not quit, wouldn't slow down. I don't give a rat's back in. I am in all. What is in poker, Mr. Christopher? I'm all in. I pushed all my chips in. I'm all in. But the question, are you all in? If you were, you'd be on here tonight with a lot of people at one doing the watch as we do the 1 through 10. And if you've seen it 1 or 10 times, I don't care. Get on and take notes. Oh, I did that. Oh, let me do how they did. Learn. You're in millionaire training class. This ain't for broke people class. This is millionaire in training class. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. You have been selected since the foundation of the earth to be here today. You were selected. You have no idea, but you were selected. You didn't come in here by happenstance. You thought you did it. No, you didn't do it. You're here for a reason. We got time for one or two more people to share, and we got to cut the call. I got things to do. I got my walk around to do. Who else want to share what's your stomach?
Tim Kennard,
Yes, sir.
I'm at work. I'll make it real quick. I know one of mine
Yep.
is time management. I know I'm not good at that. I've been getting better. Bought a planner. I've been getting up at 4, like you mentioned. The other one, I don't know what it is. I have no clue. So if you see it, I don't care how much it hurts. Tell me. I want to win.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Tim Carrera. I'm gonna tell you right now. You think Christian's supposed to be broke down and out to get to heaven because that's what you're. I'm not gonna say who, but that's you've been surrounded by that most of your life, and you've been watching for the most of your life, and you bought into that. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Look, let me give you a scenario, sir. I'm going down the street. I'm looking for a church to go visit. I know your background. I know you personally. I know you very well. You see a church that's flourishing, Mercedes-Benz, Bentleys, Rolls-Royce in the parking lot, beautiful church. You go down the street about another block and a half, and you see another church broken down, broken glass, beat up cars. Half of them got 3 colors on, one the blue, one's tint, one's rust. Which one you gonna go to? Which church? The first or the second one?
I was programmed to go the second one.
I know, there you go. Break that right now. You can't learn nothing in the second one. You can only get blessed in the first one. And so many people, I'm gonna be nice, still going to the second one. Why? There's nothing there. It's a broken up, dead spirit. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. See, everything, write this down. Everything you do should be for profit. Everybody write this down. Write this down. Everything. Why do you go to church? To profit, to learn. Why do you go to school? To profit, to learn. Why are we in business? To profit and learn. Everything is a profit. Everything is a profit. Why are you in that relationship? To profit. She bringing or he bringing to the table something I don't have. The profit. Everything is a profit. My God, this is, oh my, let me, Al, be nice. I'm so sorry. I thought y'all knew this. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I thought y'all knew this. Everything is to profit. Why you drive the car you drive? To profit. Ladies, why you look good? To profit. To feel good. Guys, why do you have the car you have? To profit. To make me look good. To make me feel good. Everything you do is to profit. Don't you get it? Why do you go to work? To profit. I hate my job. I'm just going to get the check. I'm going to profit. Why do you do what you do? Why you look like you do? I want to profit. I want to feel good. I want somebody to say how nice I look. Why do you think when I go to the supermarket, I tell all the ladies over 70 how good they look? Man, you look, I love your hair. Oh, you love my hair. Why? Because the husband ain't said how nice he looked. Why? She ain't been complimented in years. What if she's by herself? Nobody's complimented her. You got to profit by helping people feel good about themselves. Everything you do is a profit. Why do you live in the neighborhood you live in? To profit from not being broken in. Why do you do everything you do is to profit? Somebody comment your wife? Hey, I feel good about that. I'm profiting from the comment. Somebody profit. Talk about you. Hey, I feel good about that. Somebody thought good about her. Everything is a profit. Everything you do is to profit. If it ain't profit, you lose it. That's why you got to quit going that broken down that number 2 church. You go to number 1 church. To profits. To profit. Everything you do is to profit. Why do you have car insurance? To profit in case of loss. Why do you have insurance? To profit in case of loss. Well, everything you do is to profit. Don't you get it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just took it for granted. You guys knew this stuff. I'm sorry. Your humble servant Al. I am so sorry. I thought y'all knew this stuff. Y'all ain't ready for Al Thomas, the new 2 the 21 Al Thomas. Because I'm gonna go deep on some stuff. Y'all ain't never heard me come out of my mouth before, but if you hang with me, you will be profiting big time. All these things we talked about today is to help you profit if you get away from that stuff.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
this is sensational down in Florida.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, sir, you don't have to keep apologizing to us.
I do.
We thank you for putting this forum together, because a lot of us, I know I am like an abandoned child that was left on the side of the road. and we didn't have any place to come to. So you put this together for us, and a lot of us, I know I'm speaking for myself, a lot of fear and excuses have stopped me from pursuing my ACN business at the level that I should. And I'm believing that I will gain more confidence and courage by sitting in this millionaire training class every day that you put on for us. So I want to thank God for you. I want to thank God for your health, and that you have the drive, and you're a man of God, and God speaks to you so you can reach us. And we found you and you found us. And so I'm thankful for that.
You're very welcome, dear. God bless you. Thank you. And yeah, I don't have to, but I have to, because I'm harsh. I'm gonna tell you, last year or two, y'all know I don't play. I don't, and it's like, I have to lighten up a little bit. Let me tell you why. I'm apologetic more this year than ever before. I apologize in the last couple more than, because see, we live in such a world, people are so fragile. Fragile. If I don't say something like, I'm deleting him, I ain't listening, because we're so fragile. Because we have no backbone, no posture, we're fragile. We're so fragile. So I want to be loving and kind, but the little black book said, with loving kindness have you drawn thee. So I got to be a little more loving and kind, but I got to still get my message across, because you have so much you're missing out on. And that's why I wanted to start off, instead of like I started out talking like Miss Julian Lewis talk about how many checks you should get. It's not about a position. That's that. I'm gonna talk about profit here again. 1 check to 5 checks. You by doing what you got to do, you profit. You profit. I'm an ETT, or an brand new, I get 1 check, 2 check, I'm profiting. ETL, 1 or 2 check, I'm profiting. RD, I'm getting 3 to 4, I'm profiting. RVP and higher should be getting 5 check, I'm profiting. The only way you profit in our business is by helping others come up the ladder and making sure they get qualified. That's how you profit in this business. Otherwise, if you don't get a new IBO and qualify, that money's swept away. Let me tell you where that money goes, that when you get an IBO, and what blows on my skin, when you don't get them qualified, that helps pay for the trip. March, May, all the SV, the Circle of Champions, new RVP, they're going to Mexico. Guess how they fund it? By the people you bring in that don't get qualified. That's how it pays for the trip. They take that and they add it to the trip amount, the trip amount. Now, let me ask you a dumb question. Who better needs that money, you or ACN? You did all that work to get in front of this person 2 or 3 months, a week or 2. You got them going, and all of a sudden you got in business and you didn't help them get 1 or 2 more customers. Where's the way? There it goes again. Where's the way into the travel deal? That's where it goes. Yeah, the travel deal is paying for the trips that we take, the SVP, the Circle Champions members take every year, and the brand new RVPs take every year. Those trips they take every year, they show you at the international. How do you think they pay for that? Where do you think that money come from? From people, when you get them in the business and don't get them qualified, that's where that money goes. It helps pay for the trips. So let me ask you a question. Who needs that money better, you or ACN? You do. You do. You did the work. It took you a week, 1 month, a year later, you finally got them in the business. You did all that work and you didn't get a dime? You ain't profiting, because you didn't do what you got to go do. So ACN says you got 30 days to go get them a couple services. You got 30 days. You got 30 days. You got 30. And ACN's watching. Here they start, and you got 30 days. Oh, you lost it again. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you for the trip money. Thank you. Thank you. Now, dumb question. You need it. They don't need it. You need it. You did all that work and they get paid for your time. You did not profit. Everything's a profit. You got to profit from it. That's why I said my thing has always been Chris King's on the line. Ms. Rose Guerrero's on the line. Miss Evelyn Phipps on the line. Mr. Marvin Carter's on the line. They know how, Miss Ismail definitely knows. Mr. Rica, look, on the spot. That's why I can tell you. I'm teaching you. You got to get people on the spot or in the first, 24 hours. The less you get them, and guess what? Their belief goes down, down, down. You can't get them. Because every day you go by not getting them qualified, you lose them. You lose them. I was on the phone with Mr. Cummings. He's on there. Hey, man, you got 3 more days. You lose them. But see, it's a business. You must treat it like a business. What did Mrs. Sam Foss say? I'm going to get them qualified today. What did Miss Belinda Batiste say? Hey, you got in. I got to go get them later. I'm going to get them qualified. You can't wait 3 or 4 days. They lost their momentum. They on the spot in the first 24 hours. I've always said that. That's why my qualification tend to run pretty good. Used to run better in the past, but I'm still preaching the same message. Qualify them right now on the spot in the first 24 hours. Let's get going. Let's get going. If you got to sleep on their doorstep, you're not willing to do what Al Thomas will do. You're not willing to move away from your house and put yourself in an uncomfortable position so you can make more and to be more. But see, that's what I do, because I know when I get comfortable, I know when I make myself uncomfortable. Like I said, I took all my trophies off my desk. I took everything off my desk. That was the past. And I put it back here, not in front of me. That was what I did do. Janet Jackson, what have you done for me? So hey, it's a new year. Now, what I do from this point forward is counting, not what I did in the past. I can't get paid on the past. I'm getting paid from this time forward. What new people can I bring in? What new people can I help develop? I can't sit back on my laurels. Well, I did this, I did that. Yeah, what have you done for me lately? Dun, 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 dun. Come on, Janet. Look at Miss Belinda Billy. She's all popping with it. Because it's true. What have you done for yourself lately? What does your organization look like? How many checks are you getting a month? Think about it. How many checks are you getting a month? It's a brand new year, so let's talk about it. Not your position. You're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, because you only max out 5. You get 5 a month in our company. Let me give you a little tip. When you talk to the average person, how many checks you getting a month? 1, 2. The other day I told this guy we get 5 a month. What? 5 a month? He was blown away. Do you realize that not everybody gets 5 checks a month? Do you know what you got in your ACN business? You're not talking about the benefits. 5, not 2, not 1. Government workers, 1. Most people in the job get 2. Every first and 15, I get 5. And I always say, what's better, 5 or 2? How you doing? You see what I'm saying? Y'all ain't talking it up. You're talking at people, but you're not talking about the blessings of the business. Who said that earlier? The blessings of what ACN had to offer. Like Mr. Foss said, he understand the blessings of he got a home, he's got a business, it's a cleaning business, but he missed the blessings. Hey, he's got to show up every day. We don't. I told the guy, I said, look, we went to Europe for 2 weeks. You can't go because you got to show up every day. I don't. And the money keeps going to my bank account 5 times a month. What? See, are y'all talking to people that way? Okay, let me shut up. I went too long tonight. I did it because you guys are asking, and I'm giving you all I got this year. There's no reason why any of you should be living beneath what God has got for you this year. None of you, because I'm going all out. I'm going deep in stuff, personal stuff. I'm like I said, I'm being so transparent this year. It's going to blow some of you away. I'm just very transparent. And I hope you all are ready for it, because everybody can't go. We're planning on going this year. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay. Any last question, and we're done. Anybody got anything? Tomorrow morning, I don't know if he's back in the United States or not. Tomorrow morning, we got Mr. Anthony Miles from Vivid will be with us. I think he's back in the country. He called me from Mexico. We talked, hey, Miss Thomas, I need to get on there again. Miss Thomas. I said, you're back? No, I'll be back. I should be back. So he may be calling from Mexico again, like he was. He took a whole month vacation. A whole month to Mexico. But anyway, I think he's back. If not, he'll still be with us either in Utah or Mexico. It doesn't matter. See, that's what I love about our business. You can be anywhere in the world and build this, Mr. Tim Carrara. So with that, Mr. Bill Howard, I want to thank everybody tonight. Lord have mercy. Tonight, Mr. Ismail, I know you're good for it. Get as many people on the call tonight. We're going to go through the 1 through 10. Listen to me. Listen, Linda, listen, Linda. I know you said, Mr. Thomas, I've already seen it, but can you do it? Then if you can't, get on here, if you don't have a guest, and watch, take notes, get the 1 through 10 and follow along, write in there what they say, learn how to do it. If every one of you, could do the presentation 2 or 3 times a day, do you realize how big your organization would be? Not only that, But how big would it be if everybody on your team could do it? Do you realize within 6 months, your check would be so big that the bank would bounce? Think about it. If you could do it and everybody on your team could do it, how big would your business be in 6 months? They'd have to bring the Brinks truck to your house with your check every month. I took a picture of that when I was in Hawaii. And I said under the picture, the Brinks trucks that arrived in Hawaii, and I took the picture when I was in Hawaii, and I said my residual check and printout just got here and was in front of a Brinks truck. We can't do that no more. That was funny. To me, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. I got that picture. That was hilarious. I thought it was so crazy. My check had just arrived in a Brinks truck. But hey, I'm getting it to you. Listen, tonight, I'll see everybody tonight, 6 o'clock. Don't be late. Get on a few hours. Get on about 10 minutes or get on early. Early is on time, and on time is late. Late is what? Never heard of. Come on now, let's start practicing that this month. Hey, I'm so proud of those folks that got in here like 8 minutes early today. Some of y'all got 5 minutes early. I appreciate y'all because I was on there 12 minutes early. I usually 15 minutes early, but I want to thank you all for getting on there early. God bless you all. See you tonight at 6 o'clock, right back here with guests. Get guests on. God bless. Goodbye. Have a blessed day. Move your business forward today. Do something. God bless.